Hello everyone, bonjour and welcome back to my channel. If you found your way here, chances are that you are right now at a stage in your life where decluttering, minimizing and or curating your wardrobe has become of great interest. Maybe you have recently realized or are in the process of making a complete overhaul of your wardrobe and upgrading your personal style. Something similar to me happened nearly a couple of years ago, and since then I have developed what I would like to consider a pretty strong sense of personal style, but definitely not without a few mistakes along the way. If you're here for the first time, hello, I am Naja and I am a minimalist, and this minimalist mindset and minimalist process has helped me develop a few rules and strategies for how I like to build up my wardrobe. So without further ado, these are the things I wish I knew before I started rebuilding my wardrobe. The first thing I wish I knew before I started rebuilding my wardrobe is that I should have assessed what I liked. When we start decluttering our wardrobe and do an entire overhaul of it, it's very easy to get caught up in dreams and fantasies of who we should be, what we should look like. But the reality is that no matter who you feel like you should be with your new overhauled or rebuilt wardrobe, you are still going to be who you are. You're still going to like what you like. And so it would have cost me quite a lot of time and mistakes realizing that it would have been a good idea to sit down and really think about what I already liked in my wardrobe, even amongst the things that I was going to be decluttering for a few reasons. As you are going through your wardrobe, or better yet, as you're decluttering the things that you already have, take a minute to determine what you have been wearing already. If you're letting go of a summer jacket, ask yourself why you're letting go of it and also what you liked about it. Maybe you're letting go of it because you never really got around to gold hardware, or maybe you're letting go of it because it has fringes and that was never really your thing. Assessing what you liked and what you didn't like about an item before you let go of it will help you in the future so that you don't make that mistake again of buying something that you've already assessed that you do or do not like just because you see an upgraded version of it that you somehow feel like should fit in with who you are now becoming with your style. The next thing I wish I knew before I started rebuilding my wardrobe is going by a proof of concept, where assessing what you like is more about details that do and do not work for you, that do and do not speak to you, and then remembering these as you're rebuilding your wardrobe. A proof of concept is more about re-inviting the things into your wardrobe that you already know is going to work. When we declutter a lot of our things because we are overdue or super excited about an overhaul of our wardrobe, we're often left with not many things that we actually want to wear. And so as you have a small wardrobe with not a lot of things you're super excited to wear, as you build on that wardrobe, in the beginning it can be very helpful, and it would have been very helpful for me to go on a proof of concept. And this means when you're building your wardrobe in the beginning, buy the things you already know that you will wear. Maybe wait a little bit with the experimental pieces until further down the road if you really want to make a good cohesive wardrobe that you will actually wear. Maybe as you're rebuilding your wardrobe, you have this idea in your head that you would love to get into poofy shirts. You feel like this is part of your new style, but if the first thing you do as you start rebuilding your wardrobe is adding things that you have absolutely no proof of concept of that you will actually wear, you might end up with a wardrobe that is only growing in size but is not growing in terms of numbers of articles of clothing that you will reach for on a daily basis. If you are a pants wearing person, rebuilding your wardrobe with a few nice pairs of pants that fits better with the style you're trying to create for yourself might be more helpful than trying to just introduce skirts right away just because this is the fantasy for you or the dreams and hopes for you of who you are going to become. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to add new things, but as you're starting out, going with the things that you already have a proof of concept of wanting to wear means that your wardrobe in terms of what you actually want to wear is going to grow in the beginning, and it's going to cost you less purchasing mistakes as well. The next thing I wish I knew when I started rebuilding my wardrobe is that bad quality clothing is out. This one is huge for me, and I'm going to be honest, this one took me months to come around to. As I started realizing what new style I had and I was ready to do an overhaul of my wardrobe, I started out by adding pieces from wherever I wanted to, like fast fashion. Whatever felt inspiring and easy and part of the new style I wanted to create, I would just take it home with me regardless of the quality. But the huge problem with this is that when you start rebuilding your wardrobe with great intent to actually create this better, upgraded, permanent version of yourself, if you do so with bad quality pieces, whenever you finally find something that fits in perfectly with your new overhauled, rebuilt wardrobe, if you like that item, you will not get that much wear out of it. And that is because bad quality pieces are often both poorly constructed, so they won't fit or feel good for very long, but they will also deteriorate or start peeling or falling apart as you wash them literally just a few times. And this is a huge issue that I ran into. On my channel, there's this famous story about my good old black Zara blazer. It was this perfect black blazer that I really loved when I first bought it, but after 13 times of wear, exactly, I know because I count these things, I literally never put it on again, because even though I had deemed it the perfect blazer for my style at the time, after 13 times of wear, it was literally so ugly and pilling that I never wanted to wear it again. So when you start getting pretty meticulous and thoughtful about what you're bringing into your wardrobe, it's almost impossible to add something of poor quality because it won't stick around long enough to define your style. And once that item is fallen apart, you need to add a version of that item again, and you will never be free of the cycle of adding that piece until you find a good quality version that can be a permanent addition to your wardrobe. The next thing I wish I knew before I started to rebuild my wardrobe is to plan my purchases. This is also not something I did in the beginning when I was still buying fast fashion. Back then, I had this very specific idea in my head about who I was, what I was going to dress like, what I wanted to look like. But if you don't plan for your purchases, you are still super receptive to impulse purchases. And anything you buy on an impulse is just less likely to actually go with what you already have at home. If you're really looking to build consistent and cohesive personal style, it can be really helpful to sit down and actually think about what you would need to build this image or this wardrobe that you actually want. So what I like to do is I have a running wish list of the things that I think would be important to add next, so that when I go out and about to shop, or if I just see something in a window, I'm much less likely to buy it on impulse because I already know exactly what my wardrobe actually needs to get closer to that vision that I have, leaving me less receptive to buying stuff on impulse that would, in many cases, be decluttered or returned soon after. In addition to planning your purchases like this, like I do, where I keep this wish list, is that sometimes you will see things get off of your wish list again. Sometimes I add something, a classic piece, I think, and a good quality piece, and I think this is like what I'm going to need down the road. This is something I need to add, and a few months later, for some reason, I determine this no longer essential to my wardrobe, or as if I have already evolved past it, getting to know my personal style even better. And if you don't plan for your purchases, you won't get to experience this, which I think is so important. The next thing I wish that I knew before rebuilding my wardrobe is to keep a color scheme. I'm going to make another video going way more in depth into how to go about that process, but basically, unless that is specifically your thing, to be extremely vibrant and colorful, it can be very, very difficult to try to juggle every color under the sun, having something in your entire wardrobe that goes with everything, and then also trying to put together an outfit in the morning. Consistent and cohesive personal style is actually about narrowing down what you're doing rather than keeping all of your options open, and color is one of the first visible things that you see. Sitting down with yourself, actually putting it on paper, maybe with crayons or in Photoshop like I did, and deciding what colors you're already wearing that you want to keep around and what other colors you want to add, so that you can have a consistent color scheme and know that what you're buying as you're rebuilding your wardrobe, these are all pieces that will go together. You're not just buying a color on impulse that won't fit in, and then, you know, you're kind of starting over again with a personal style or wardrobe that can be a little bit all over the place. I'm not going to go into too much about how to do this, but just tip number one is assessing whether or not you are a cool toned or a warm toned person, skin tone wise, and then picking one of the color families. Either deciding that you are going to be someone who wears cool colors like I am, or someone that wears warm colors because that is what you like or that is what suits you best. That doesn't mean that you can't wear colors from the other family, but always picking the cool version of a color or always picking the warm version of a color and sticking to one of the families means that you're already way ahead of whether or not the pieces you are adding are going to go together. These were the things I wish I knew when I started rebuilding my wardrobe. I just want to add that when you start rebuilding your wardrobe, it is definitely paramount to first sit down and sort of have a very clear and defined vision of what your personal style actually is or what you want it to be. Now, obviously this is going to change and evolve as we go, but just having a specific standpoint of where you're wanting to go from means that you don't accidentally buy for someone you're not, buying for your fantasy self, and it's going to be easier to keep a clear vision of what you're going for. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't hesitate giving it a thumbs up so that I know. It really does help out my channel. And if you are still here and not already subscribed to my channel, then consider doing that, because I make videos like this one all the time and I would love to keep you around. Thanks for watching, guys, and farewell!